too. Don't worry about the recording part. Oh, yeah, record anyway.
Even if they're ready, they would be here.
The Christmas music.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I will try to find out for you.
All righty, well, have a good one.
Yep. Hello. Well, he was here at 11 and waited till almost 11:30.
He said 1 o'clock.
Well, he had written down 11 o'clock.
It was 1 o'clock.
Let me,
Because I gave him the time.
well, he wrote down, he had down 11 because he was here from like 10 till like
No,
1:30.
I couldn't do it.
Let me see if I can find him. I can call you when I can get him up here. Will that work?
Yeah, we made an agreement at 11. I have it recorded. So, I mean, 1. Sorry, you keep saying 11.
Well, that's the
1
time, that's
o'clock.
what time he was here.
1 o'clock. So, I
um,
mean, I already set it up because I wanted to do
I
it
can-
that way when I go out and go get my kids.
Okay, well, just give me a little bit of time. I'll try to find him and get him back up here. And then, he had some errands to run this afternoon, which is why I was surprised when you're saying 1. He must not have calculated commuted the 2 different times because he was saying 11. So let me go try to call him, call his wife, because he don't have a cell phone. Let me try to find him and then get him up here and I can call you. Because I think I have your, well, what is your phone number, Vanessa?
832
832
703
703
9730.
We can wait a bit.
9730?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is not the number I have. Okay, let me see if I can get a hold of him.
We can sit down and wait for
Yeah.
15 minutes. We won't sit down long.
See, these are all the people that I've talked to. Yeah. So,
And you have all the information too, birth certificates and all that. You have evidence, you have nothing.
I mean, I think they'll probably say she can get a death certificate. I don't know if she can still get stuff with,
Yeah,
unless the
the-
DFS is helping her.
I think it is.
Well, I mean,
Because the way she called you back.
She-
that's what it is.
she can go get a death certificate because it was her daughter.
Yeah, maybe.
But
Yeah.
all that takes time too. That's not like a,
Exactly. I don't know, it happened over 6 days. It didn't take me, well, it did take a while for me to get one from my mom. But,
she was told to send it back there.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
mhm.
How you been?
Good, how are you? Ready for the holiday?
Nope.
No,
No.
All it hurts, you know.
I ain't even that.
Well, you guys have a good day.
Yep.
You too? He's the one that went to the club and made it to Rock. And, he seen the whole incident about us again, it's,
From that arm thing that happened up here,
Yeah.
but, same prosecuting attorney here just said, oh, well, even though we even had video proof, and dropped it and let him go.
She was.
I have video proof of,
She was on the phone with somebody. It looks like she's texting.
you have to turn it down. Is it important?
So this is
And
the
city
little court.
council, 913,
I don't know,
521, I don't know what that is.
me neither. Should we sit here? It's a meeting table. I mean, I'm not gonna talk to him from across, so I will sit here and wait.
We had a whole bunch of water, waiting for
Oh, yeah, I know. It's 10 minutes till 1. See, I got the birth certificates.
Yeah, you have everything.
I have them under my Medicaid, WIC, food stamps, disability, all that. Them kids are, I have you read this? You have it ready too?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what it states.
Mm-hmm. Even after, even death, my wishes will my kids be left in the care of their home.
Mm-hmm. I already have it. Yes. It's in a saved album with everything.
Who notarized that?
Huh?
Who notarized it?
Here in town. At that bank. These two.
Yeah, that's a civil matter. They had no right to come into your home.
I know.
That's what
But they're trying to say they didn't care if I had this. And when she died, it doesn't, it don't exist anymore. That I'd have to get a lawyer. Yes, I know that. But they were supposed to get a lawyer too, the grandparents. Because there's no grandparent rights.
Yeah.
It should have been a process, juvenile.
Something, because I had him in my possession. I have a letter. They should have said, well, you're gonna have to go to court because you are grandparents. And yes, you're next to kin, but you still don't have rights yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we got proof that that guy, Gary Barnett, the stepdad,
Mm-hmm.
has assault charges and everything on him. and went to jail and prison, just got out in June for a battery and all this other stuff. I said, did you send your dad/stepdad to my house? To come by my house? I took the gifts and told him that he could not see King because that was what her wishes were. And she said, fuck no, I didn't. And I don't want to cuss, but, and I said that he said, fine, whatever, and left the gift outside because I didn't open the door. And she said, no, they know they need to stay away. And I put, I'm just wondering how they know I have him. You know?
Right.
And she says, they know because they've seen the kids with y'all a lot. And yeah, I know I done told them not to talk or see the kids. So, because she's dead and not able to say anything, they just want to be like, her words
Don't mean anything.
don't mean
Her wishes don't mean anything.
Now, if you leave a letter notarized, a video footage, or with a lawyer, isn't that supposed to stand in court?
You think?
The cop thinks he's above the law, like he said before.
I know.
And he won it, so we were ready. But like I said, it was Swiss Springs.
No.
They think they're above the law.
I'm just saying, we're gonna have to figure out something on what to do because the court and the judge said this is kind of legit too.
I would say you need to focus on what the cops did wrong. Because I have a feeling what they're gonna say is it is a civil matter. But where they went
But
wrong.
they now messed it up to where I can't safety the kids.
Right. I mean, in all reality, they should bring the kids back to you because they shouldn't have taken them in the first place, but...
That's what I'm supposed to discuss with the mayor on his advice and what he wants to see about doing because he's the supervisor. He can have them call the department or whatever. I don't know. He can have them call and tell them to
Well, look, I
call
wrote it,
for
right, there it is.
Thank you.
You guys can come back here, that way people don't come in and, if anybody comes in the door. You guys can come back to this table.
Back here?
Yeah, just come back here to our conference table. It's a little bit more private, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not the best table, but it works for us for conference table.
It'll do. Oh my. I got a big butt so that I just kind of like sink
Hey, you
in.
sink in the chair? Yeah. That happens to me too. Well, and a couple of those chairs are like really old, so the cushion's kind of like done.
I mean, the conference.
I brought him back here, ma'am.
The conference is with him, but I mean, it don't matter if you hear it or whatnot. I really don't care who listens.
Well, I have to be present with him
I get
because
that.
I'm his
That's
like
fine.
secretary.
I just need to
You wanna sit at
really
your chair?
find out what I can do. I
Okay.
was told by Eternal Affairs to come and speak to Franny
Okay.
because he is above as supervisor of
Chief Good.
Goodens or the cops.
He's
period.
over everyone in the city, him and the Board of Aldermen, but I can't have aldermen here without posting a meeting.
No,
So,
that's fine. I just want to discuss with him because it'll be his department
he
of
can take
going
it to the
over
council,
everything they said. Okay.
Okay, before we get started,
Mm-hmm.
what's your name?
I was gonna say that.
Matt.
Matt.
You're who, for what?
He is kind of a witness on my side about
Okay,
some of
yeah,
this
I
stuff.
know you.
Yes, you know me and you know
And
Vanessa
Vanessa,
Hall.
uh-huh.
My name is
All right.
John DeGirls.
Right. Okay. On the 15th of this month, I don't know if you were aware of the situation or told anything about
I
it.
have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Chief Gooden and his father, I believe it is, Gooden, come to my door, and I asked what was going on. He said, "Did you hear about Teresa Cox?" I said, "Yes, I was already informed because she has me as emergency contact at the facility that she's living in now." And
Is Shane here?
He's not here.
Shannon?
Shannon is not here. Just me.
Just in case.
Right, yeah. Go ahead.
But she was, they called me to tell me that they found her dead. Okay. This woman I have worked with for over 2.5 years almost about her and her kids. I've got a written contract that was notarized and stamped of her will and wishes. I have proof that I have disability on the kids. I have taken care of the kids. They have been in my home for over almost 2 years now. I have several messages and written things as well that prove that she says did not let the mother of her mother have the kids because of drug habits. She was trying her hardest to take them out of that home. I have them in school in physical therapy, mental therapy. I have them in speech therapy and everything else. I had them because a doctor knew that they had scabies, respiratory, when I first got them into my care. And the cops came to my door yesterday, and I told them that I needed paperwork or something to state that I'm supposed to hand these kids over to the mother that has a felonist living with them for abuse charges. Okay, just got out of prison. And the statements that I have that the mother says do not give the kids to that mom. They told me that the prosecuting attorney of Marshall, and I even stated Tim, was the one that was supposed to give permission to come and pull these kids from me. Okay, so I went and I called during the arrest, or during them pulling the kids. I have called and said that, you know, did you guys give permission to pull these kids? And they said they absolutely did not. I went into the courthouse yesterday and sat with Judge Bellamy to find out who gave authorization to pull these kids, because of due process, they are supposed to go through chains of commands of getting a juvenile officer, which he came to the meeting yesterday and said, I did not give Sweet Springs permission to pull those kids. The DFS, Stephanie, came with me to the meeting. They said they are not the ones that pulled the kids either of authorization. Then I found out later on through the courthouse that Ann Moody gave permission. By law, the due process, these are not supposed to be, when I had possession of the kids, they were not supposed to pull them kids for me or hand them to the grandma, because there's no grandparent rights. So they would have to be a civil matter, which your cops did not allow me to have, which broke my Fourth Amendment right. And I'm supposed to come to you because now I have to find a lawyer, which I have, but I cannot give an emergency, what do you call it? An emergency, what is it called?
Drought.
No, an emergency guardianship, because I don't have an address to these parents. And I filed with Internal Affairs, I filed with FBI, I filed with Troop A in Lee Summit, I filed with Safety Public Department, I filed with FBI and Highway Patrol, that if I can't sit here and figure out something we can do, then I have no choice but to say that my Fourth Amendment's rights were broken. I do not want to do this.
So is that all you gotta say?
I
Do you
need to
have
know.
anything that says you got possession of the kids?
Yes.
Legal. I'm talking about legal, not hearsay, not verbal.
I
want legal.
I was told legal because it is her signature. She went into the bank. I was told that by the DFS system and the judge and everybody knows,
And the lawyer.
and the lawyer and everybody knows that she had her will and wishes and that we could go in as long as it was her physically. We went into the bank over here into Sweet Springs where they told us to go, the DFS lady, to physically give her permission that I was to have the kids before and after death.
And even so.
And that she also has several statements above this that says that they are not to go to the grandparents because they left them in that house for 4 months with no electric. If they cared about those kids, they were sick. There was problems is the reason why I took them into my home and discussed this years before.
So, the way I understand it, what you just got through telling me, that the kids were cold, they were tough, and then they went in and got the kids?
No, this was way long time ago when I've already contacted DFS. I've already got the system set up. I went through channels. Everybody was reported and knew about the kids. They told me to take them and take care of them and help them out. They told me that she didn't want to be charged for child abandonment. So DFS said that we could legally go in and do a contract between us and have it set down, and we all discussed it when all this happened. I have so many departments and channels that know that this was happening, plus doctors. I have another chief of police in another town that knows, and I have a preacher that knows all the situation.
Are you aware of any of this?
I'm not aware of anything.
We were trying to tell him yesterday,
Yes.
him and Gooden, but they refused to listen to every advice.
I even handed them the paperwork stating what I had.
Well, right now, I have no.
But Gooden refused to listen, and again, he violated the Fourth Amendment and came into our house and took the kid without documents and
Knowing
report.
that it's a civil matter.
Yes.
Because again, stating they didn't have rights to have them either. Just because they're related does not give them rights when I had possession of the children.
I understand that. But
I need to know how I can get them back into my home so that my lawyer and me can do a guardianship legally and do this as a due process.
well, I don't think we can do you any good, really. And I might be wrong,
No.
but you're gonna have to do it on your own.
Oh, I am, but I still want to know about the kids that were legally in my possession that your cops took out without
I
any
think
kind
if
of.
you read the law, and
I went to the judge.
I'm just speculating. here.
Okay.
If there is a hint or an act that the kids might be in danger,
Mm-hmm.
with sickness or food or starving or whatever, they have the right to go in. Now, I might be wrong.
No, that ain't on me. I didn't have nothing of that. This was when I picked them up from the mother.
When you got him from
Nothing
the
was ever on me. I had them safe. They were not to be with a mother that is 10 times
if you went to
a
the
methamphetamine addict.
So if you went to the judge,
Mm-hmm.
then he should be able to sign something that says
He
that
said
you can,
that they weren't even supposed to come into my home
Without paperwork.
without some kind of
Proper channel.
authority
But I mean,
or who.
I'm saying
What
the
judge
judge can
was
take
that?
them back.
Judge Bellamy. I went there yesterday and sat with him for a good,
Minute.
a long time. I went through and Sergeant Miller was there and a lot of people, and they said conflict of interest that I have to come and talk to you all because
Even the FBI,
Yeah.
bro, we call the
I'm
FBI.
not worried about the FBI,
We
okay?
told them
well, I'm
FBI
just
is not involved
letting.
in this.
They are now.
No, they ain't.
They will be.
Not in my book. Okay, go ahead and finish your deal.
They will be.
I don't know what the city is supposed to do
I don't
because
either.
Because they took
We-
them out of my home. How can you get these children back to me where I can go to? I want them safe. One, because they're handed over to people that was told that she tried to keep her kids out of danger.
she
She
even
had
told
a-
DFS that
she
she
had-
didn't want them.
Yeah,
Had to
she
go with
had
the parents for the
a
reason.
child protection order against that mother. She had filed for it, which the court is still trying to figure out why they didn't do that right. She had the cops called and they put her in a safe home to try to stay away from the mom so that I could get this woman out of the house that I had that she wasn't even supposed to be living in there. They were fighting and stuff happened and the kids got hurt. and she had to be put in child protective
Which
services.
the cops knew that there was no contract lease that the mom's supposed
I
to
tried
be
to
there.
get him out of my
We tried to
home. I
get
finally
him
got it
out,
done.
and the cops didn't listen,
Yeah.
so they allowed the lady to be there, even though there's no contract.
So, in
So-
the midst of this, she took out a state and left her kids in my care to know that she had a lot of problems and needed them to be safe. I have several statements from her. I have several contracts from her. I have several, like I said, I have the preacher, I have the cops, I have departments that know she wanted them with me. And now I have kids that were ripped out of my home somewhere that I don't even know, because this baby was with me since 6 months old. I had him every day. And now he's with some strange woman that he don't even know just because it's grandma that has no rights to have these kids. And there was no channel that was pulled that said, we can come into your house and just say whatever and take them.
Can
Well, the prosecutor is the one that said
I
this
know,
is
but
not
she has
valid.
no rights to be talking about a civil case when I had possession of the kids. It's illegal.
The cops shouldn't be coming in the house.
Well, the
without
prosecutor
taking a
told us we could, okay?
She's
I
not
get
allowed.
that. I understand. That's
And
what I was
that's-
saying. It is her fault that she should know
Yeah.
that too. But now I'm one to just sit with y'all and how to get these kids back to my care.
I think that's gonna be a DFS call now, at this point.
I've called DFS, but they
And they
said
can
they're the
remove-
ones that removed them. I have to come and talk. Bellamy said the same thing,
Well,
that
then
I
we're
should
gonna
work
have
with
to-
y'all on something.
Then we're going to have to,
Mm-hmm.
Shane and the mayor will have to talk to the DFS higher
Yes.
ups and find out if that's
What the whole
what,
story is.
what they're
Because
wanting
no,
us
that's
to do.
perfectly fine, but they
Because
said
we
that-
can't make any promises
I
as a
get,
city.
I get that. But they told me to come to y'all. Every department has told me to come to y'all because it was a mess up. On top
Who
of
were
the
you talking
fact,
to at DFS?
We talked
Stephanie.
to DFS. We talked to
Stephanie?
the judge. We talked to the prosecutor.
I had
tried to talk to
everybody
the
there.
prosecutor.
I had the
Talked to the
juvenile
FBI.
officer.
We
They
talked to the
all
highway
said
patrol.
What
they
did the FBI tell you?
The same thing. Talk to y'all.
talked to y'all because it was a process that was not done correctly and it was against my Fourth Amendment right. And the prosecutor was not supposed to tell y'all to do anything like that
Without the proper change.
without proper channels, because a prosecutor does not have authority to get into a civil matter. She was supposed to go
You'll
to
have to
court.
talk that up and take that up with the prosecutor.
Yeah.
Instead of the city.
Right. She will have to go to court as well as me, but because I had him in my possession, she would have had to take me to court. Wouldn't have involved you because you all would have been out of it. Because that's the way it was supposed to be in the first place.
That's what I tried to talk good in that yesterday. Are you sure you're doing this correctly?
I'm sorry, but this
Again.
baby doesn't know this woman from squat. They're sick. I have medicine at home, and I even told them, you guys came into the house and didn't even ask anything about the baby's allergic to apples. The grandma don't know that. So I'm hoping this baby doesn't get no allergic reactions. You know what I mean? Because I have a doctor's written thing that he has an allergy. The boy has asthma from so much drug use in their homes.
And cigarettes.
It's why I had these kids, because I felt bad for them.
Right.
The mother has methamphetamine charges out the butt in this area.
And the boyfriend is an
And the
ex-convict.
boyfriend is an ex-convict that is locked up for assault and batteries. And ain't even the grandfather at all because her real dad died.
Okay.
Over the fact I tried nicely to keep repeating myself to please listen. Because I don't hang out with these people or deal with these people for them. I do it for their kids. There's so many people in this town with problems of kids that aren't being taken care of that I'm trying to do.
So this is what you went to the bank with?
I have several of them if you want it. I
Oh,
have
I
different
don't-
papers. I have birth certificates.
copies.
I have
Give me the original.
I have doctor's notes.
What'd you
I
say,
have
Justin?
Go ahead and take copies and give us the original.
yeah, I
Your
have
proof.
I have birth certificates. I have Social Security. I have WIC and disability on them. I have school, if you'd like to call, that he has been in that I have fought to get him in because he didn't know how to poop. He can't talk. He was in a home that the mother went to work and left him in a room, and I've reported it. Left him in a room so the boy can't even function to talk because he's
Reported
behind.
to who? Who'd you-
The cop.
The cop, I
Here?
report. No,
Our
I
cop?
reported it to DFS. I called her myself.
And the cop.
Me, the mother, sat down with the meeting. All this stress got to the point where I even have proof of 3 days ahead before she killed herself. All this was because of the mother and the boyfriend that just cheated and left on her.
Okay.
Like Ryan knew, the cop Ryan, or Brian, Ryan, one of those two.
he knew that
Yeah, but he's not
the
here
mom
anymore.
was getting abused. He came over when the mom had bruises and the baby
I don't
had
know
bruises.
his name. It was
And-
starts with an L. I was with him when he
Looney?
took the pictures because the son beat the mother in front of them kids, and the mother sat there and watched and didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all handed these babies to this mother that
Okay.
now has disappeared because
So I think for the city's part, we need to reach out to DFS.
Mhm.
We're gonna have to, and then we get with Shane and then figure out the
I
next
would love to
steps.
do a process than rather have my lawyer come.
And,
I'm
And yeah.
I'm
and-
I'm not threatening. There's no threat. I'm just saying that I don't want to have to push it a different way just to get the proof or anything that they know that they didn't have a right to have them either.
But we do.
There was no right for them to come and say, "Give me the kids and leave with them."
But we do
with what
request that Gooden needs to go back to
something
school
because I've
and get
offered him
proper
several times to do proper
training
channels.
of him knowing his rights.
And I like
of
him
not
a
to be
lot.
doing
I'm
this
not
a
gonna
lot.
lie because he
This
helped
is
me
not the
through
first
something.
time he's breaking our amendments.
Right. We have two things now that are on hold, and that's because I am being very nice.
Do you mind if I ask a question?
Yeah, yeah.
So
who are you?
I'm
He's
a
the
friend.
witness of all the
trying,
stuff that I've
I'm
been. Yeah.
just trying to make sure that she kind of stays calm, right? When you guys came over to the house, like what? I guess you guys entered the house. Like, what gave you guys the legal right to enter into the house? Like, what was there a cause that the kids were unsafe and all that, or was it just because of Teresa's death?
Yeah, you'll have to talk to our attorney,
Okay,
prosecutor on that.
okay, that's
I,
fine.
They advised
I
me
just
of that.
I
but
would
anything
like to
about
sit
it.
down and have a meeting of what was her right to
and
give y'all
then-
permission, which got y'all in a lot of stuff.
as far as like with them getting a report of what happened, like how would that work?
I
Is
need
there a
an
way to get a
address so I
report?
can try to do an emergency
what?
custody.
Of like, because you
If
guys
we
probably
can't-
had to do a report saying, hey,
You don't even-
These
the
kids are not in child care with the government.
No, they were handed over by your policeman to this
So,
mother
Where's the kids at now?
with this mother.
Okay.
He should know where they at because he's the one who.
And that's what I
handles-
need, an
handles them
address.
over.
I have.
I don't know
She
where they
blocked me
are.
on
I don't
Facebook,
know.
and now I'm guaranteeing she took off with them kids. I'm not gonna lie. I know she would have.
so like,
They're convicts, and I know that they would run with these kids now.
what was there like you responding to their house to do the exchange of the children? Like there had been a report done for that,
There
right?
was supposed to be due process, and you guys know.
Hang on, there, like you guys had to have done a report on that, right? Like.
I don't know. I'm new at this. See,
I know.
I know.
I'm not. I don't
I mean,
want
like,
you getting
like,
upset.
I mean, like,
I don't
if-
want you
I
to get
didn't do
upset.
anything, so I don't know.
No,
Okay.
you were there.
I was
So
there,
you're-
but I
do it.
didn't do any paperwork.
So,
you were there and allowed
but
him to
sew.
hang on a minute, guys. So, like, if you guys do a traffic stop, if you guys go do assault, like, you guys, there has to be some sort of report, right? So, like, even the other officer that was there, I don't know who it was, but even the other officer that responded
I'm sure he wrote
with
something.
you. Okay, so
I
there,
mean, he documented what he did.
right, but there has to be some sort of documentation or report of that, correct? So, like, how would they go about getting?
You have to go through the prosecutor.
Okay.
Well,
I need to know from the prosecuting attorney, did she just go off a feeling, or was this ordered to take them from me?
I have no
I have no
idea.
idea.
I tried to keep these kids from safety, and they are in the hands of somebody that has left them for months. And I have, like I said, I have a preacher witness and everything that I have went to and got help and channels that I have done to keep these kids healthy and safe.
But we do need.
Now they're
the
off with
prosecutor
some
attorney as well in
methamphetamine
here
woman that
to be
doesn't know them.
investigated why she allowed it. We need a statement to know why.
And it can't
she-
just be.
We
know
don't.
that.
We don't investigate the prosecutor.
I get that, but it can't just be the
You're saying
prosecutor.
that kids are in danger with their grandmother.
Yes, and they have no permission because the mother gave willing testimonies several times through different departments and as well as in my hands.
If you go on CaseNet, you can see
Saying-
the history of her past.
Do not leave them with that parent.
and her boyfriend as well.
So I can personally say that I have met Teresa. She used to work for me. And I also met her mom, and her mom was jabbering 100 miles a minute Like-
There know that she's a known methamphetamine addict.
Like
She's
she
a
was
felonist.
on
She has
drugs.
problems with stealing, drugs. She's doped out all the time. That's the reason why I took Teresa in and away from her mother, because she was in her house. They had to file a report to, she's on probation right now, because they filed a report to kick her out of the house on 111 Main Street.
And I was also there that day when she dropped
This
the kids
is a
off.
known
my
drug
mother's.
addict that has children that she knows nothing about.
You do realize that before I do anything, I've got to check all this
I
out.
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
this.
And to do that, that's
I know.
gonna take time.
I get it. But in the
It ain't gonna be done
meantime,
overnight.
I am scared.
I wanna call that DFA or whatever it is.
I got her name
Steph,
right
why?
now.
And see what's
I-
her story is.
I got it.
Yep,
That's
because
why,
Stephanie,
that's why we
hold
wanna-
on, Stephanie called DFS herself and said, not Stephanie, Teresa called DFS herself and said, I can't handle it anymore. I can't do these kids. My mother is doped up. I've been beat on. They've been hurt, and I need them out of this facility and house, and I have nowhere to take them. She had no electric. The DFS knew. So the DFS system told us to sit down and make a contract because she didn't want to go to jail for child
child
abandonment.
Yeah.
So they said legally do it this way. That way Vanessa can stay and keep these children out of harm.
Okay.
And
My
it,
babies, and I'm sorry because they may not be mine or I may not be blood or whatever, but I did the channels that I needed to. And I worked hard, and my babies are with somebody that has no idea about these kids because not once did she help her daughter, come to her daughter. Her daughter was living with me, living at my place, and several different things. I've had them in school. I've done so much with them. They don't know anything about their health. That the boy has eczema, the baby has eczema problems. They had respiratory infection. They had pink eye, everything. I had all the doctoring that I did to get these kids back into health, and they're ripped out to be right back in the same situation.
and it does state on that paper
That mother left them
With
kids in
death,
there
or-
drugged up, and I
We
picked
need
them
to
up.
understand both of you.
it does state on that paper that upon death that she does
What paper are you talking about?
This
the
one.
paper that you read.
It's legalized.
I
Yeah.
have the copies for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
And I have several other text messages that I could prove that I could print out that state. And recently, 3 days before her death, she posted that Vanessa and Jonathan were good at taking my kids and didn't have to do this whole situation for me. And I have it, proof, stating that they didn't have to do this and that they took them away from a mother that the grandparents that sat there. And I have it right here if y'all like to read it. Before her death, which you'll have to tap the screen so that it don't lock up.
Yeah, you can
Well,
read
it's
it.
too small for me.
Or
know I can-
if
I
y'all
think-
can read it.
I think you can.
Can you zoom in?
Well, is this an iPhone? I
Yeah.
don't know how to do iPhone. Oh, there we go. So then you can turn it sideways is what I always have to do because I'm blind also.
I don't,
Yeah, me too.
And
I
then,
don't know how to do cell phones.
But if you want to read it out loud, and it states
Well,
3
I just
days
might have
before
messed
her
it up.
death.
Jonathan, I might have made it too small when I was trying to turn it.
But I'm gonna be honest. This is the
I don't
reason
do
why
iPhones.
I took the kids is because I know she's
Did I
already
mess it
told
up?
me
I'm
she
sorry.
was wanting to hurt
Sorry.
herself. I tried to get her help. I took her to departments. I drugged this woman everywhere to try to keep her with her kids. But I kept the kids so that they weren't dragged through all this.
Right.
We
I
were
gotcha.
we were at
I
a
paid thousands of dollars to go through channels and medicines and
now
departments
you're
and
trying to
gas and traveling to Kansas City to get this boy mental help because he can't talk because of the neglect.
It says for you two, I never thought that a random lady I met when I was 14 would be such an important person in my life. Vanessa Hall and Jonathan have been the most supportive people in my life for a while now, and the only people I truly see as family. They are amazing people and amazing parents, and I thank God every day that my kids have such wonderful people in their lives.
2 days later,
Thank you guys for being in our lives. I love you so much. And then her name's at the top, so it came
Okay.
from her.
Okay.
On
2
December
days later,
3rd.
she committed suicide.
So on the 5th?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
somewhere
wow.
around there. I don't know, but I do have the police department, which you guys stated to me that I was impeding an investigation. What investigation are you involved in with
I don't
this?
know what you're talking about. 'Cause
I
don't know
have it
anything about
recorded.
You have, not from me.
Your son or whoever he
Couldn't.
is said that I was impeding investigation, that you guys would arrest me if I didn't hand these kids over. Well, I called the PDs down there in Idaho, which I have his name, Corolla, okay, that called me and said I'm supposed to come and pick up, which I told y'all at the door. I was authorized to come pick up her belongings, identify her, and pick up her car, which is set up with the apartment complex, which I have the lady's name as well, because she had me as emergency contact. Okay? I don't understand what I do to y'all so wrong that I try to tell you ahead. I'm not trying to be, I'm saying we're not trying to be mean.
Well,
I just don't like being treated like this when I'm trying to say the right ways that I'm trying to help.
Right now, you've got me in a situation, I'm not fully aware
I
of what the hell
get
you're
it.
talking about.
I get it.
I am too. I'm
And
kind of,
and
I was just
You're
there.
asking me to judge the story on what you say, and you say only.
No, I don't
that
want
ain't
you to
gonna
judge.
happen.
I want you to
I
walk
wanna
through
hear
the
both
facts.
sides. I want to hear all the sides,
Like Grandma would say,
You
but it's
can-
going to take time.
You can call Judge Bellamy yourself
Yeah,
I
if
got
you'd
him
like
wrote
to.
down.
Yes.
I got it wrote
You
down.
bet your ass
Because
I'm gonna get a
he
phone
said no matter what, it's a violation of my Fourth Amendment rights, and I have to come through channels, and I'm doing that.
I told you that.
Yeah,
So
I
you
know.
were the
In
the
emergency
beginning.
contact for Teresa?
Yes.
Okay.
Would you like? I can give you the
Nope.
number to the
Nope, I don't need
police
no,
down
I'm just,
there
I'm making
investigating.
notes, so if we
I'm
get
just
asked any
saying.
Any
questions.
information you need, we can
Yeah,
we can
I
hand
can
it
give
over.
you.
Okay,
Okay.
that's perfect. I'm just making brief
But I do
notes.
like
She
this
also-
I do
wait.
like this to be resolved in a matter of 72 hours.
Oh, I don't know, buddy.
We'll try.
We could
hours.
try, but what I'm also trying to say is I don't care how long it takes. What can I do about these kids coming back to the safety of my home?
Right.
That's most important before channels and taking y'all's time to do
State troopers know
that.
kind of more. Would they
No.
help us any? I know some best troopers.
No.
I need to find these kids before this woman takes off. Which I can guarantee if you drug tested her right now is probably going to be dirty.
Are you sure she's still around?
I don't know. Y'all
Okay.
didn't
I
they
don't
didn't
know
tell
where
me
she is.
anything.
I
mean, there-
I just had my kids taken.
There-
Ask questions. People
There,
don't hand the kids over.
there should have been
What was their right to
And
get them from me
I-
anyway?
hang on, Vanessa. I'm not very knowledgeable, but I do watch a lot of YouTube, right? So I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I know everything, right? But like I do know, like in like child cases when this happens, like normally they get an address of where the kids are going.
I can't believe the state's not involved in this case.
They're going to
Right.
be. They're due processing just like
know,
you all.
Whatever we decide on, the state can overrule us. You do
They
realize
can,
that.
but they've already cited that I
Well,
come to you and talk
well,
about
yeah,
the
that's a
safety.
starting
And,
point.
yeah.
Let's say work with you guys first before we get to that point.
Yeah, because if not, it's
what
going
do
to
you
be
guys
booked
Well,
through
DFS
lawyers.
is over us, though.
Yeah, you're right.
DFS just, they gotta go to DFS.
And
That's what
Stephanie,
we're gonna start with.
Stephanie's shocked too because she says, I don't know, but if the prosecutor gave orders, she better explain why. When she's not allowed to be, even the judge said, when she is not, no prosecutor is allowed to say that, yeah, I'm going to get in a custody battle because neither me nor her had rights to these kids, technically.
About the
But I
proper
do
time.
have, upon death, which could have gave my rights of Fourth Amendment, to say that I want to be able to have her push me to court. I don't have to hand over the kids, just like they don't have rights to get them at all.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I tried to ask and talk to them before this all happened to please listen because I have problems. I have a paperwork.
That's why I
These kids
said-
should not be in this mother's care, and I was told, who gives a crap?
That's why I said Gooden needs to go to school again and learn his laws
And-
before he does anything again. This is not the first time he did it with me. This is now he's doing it to
But
Vanessa.
cops know they
He
can't
needs-
interfere with the custody,
Exactly.
a custody problem or anything. And I had possessions, which is 9/10 of the law, that they would have to fight me in court for them kids. And I got that ripped away from me.
And the grandparents never came around. I mean, the whole they never
and
came around.
I have
we have to
preachers
go to college
that I can give you too that
for
can
criminal
verify
justice
a
and
lot.
things just to learn things more because we're not getting listened to.
No, yes, not only that, but my commander, which is the commander in Sedalia, and her name is Miss Carson, can tell you that she knows, and she told me steps, because we are in criminal justice, that you have violated my rights and had no not one command saying to get these kids for any reasons from me.
And what he did on the phone.
So
with her.
technically, I can file that you stole my kids.
But Vanessa, he was just
I get
hang
this.
on, he was just there. It was the others.
I'm not. That's
I am
why
going
I'm
to
not.
college.
I'm not trying to do anything to y'all right now except to fix this mess that was made.
Yes.
That will help because then I won't push it.
You'll have to go, again, you'll have to go to the prosecutor and the DFS to get this straightened out.
We
because-
did. Y'all, yeah, everybody keeps
The
pointing fingers at you
prosecutor hung
guys.
up on me. She doesn't want to deal
Government's
with
got
it.
a bad habit
Yeah.
of passing the damn buck around.
Yeah,
The prosecutor
yeah.
hung up
I
on
worked
us.
for him for
Well,
years,
I,
but
Yeah,
that's
she-
learning what we're learning in
That's
criminal
beside
justice,
the
I already know.
That's beside the point. First of all, we got to get this straight.
Yes,
Who's got control of the kids and stuff?
the grandma does. That's all I know, and they don't even
Does
know.
she have the legal card?
I get asked
She
that.
That's what the prosecutor said.
Yeah.
She doesn't have-
Okay,
She doesn't have
all I
legal.
need to know.
She doesn't have anything legal on these kids or permission to have them or anything stating, and you
Really?
can't override the mother's wishes. It's a will and
Well,
testimony,
once she dies, you can.
not on a will. If my mom
No,
left a will, am I
will-
supposed to
will.
say to my judge that my brothers don't get half of my mom's stuff because she died? It's my business.
You'd be surprised. What
But she would
wills-
have to take me to court. They would have to, correct? To change
Well,
a
that's
will.
why you'll have to go to DFS
Exactly.
and.
It's true. You can you just say yes.
Prosecutor.
Yes. They have to take me to court. To push any will, if they want to gripe about a will or a statement, they have the legal rights to take me to court, and I have the legal rights to keep them kids in my home till they do.
But that paper that you have
It's a will and testament.
is invalid
It ain't.
once she dies, even
No.
though it says it.
Or
Yes,
Yeah,
it
you
is.
guys know.
It is. Yes, the judge
it
says
is.
technically it kind of
Somewhat.
Yeah.
but because it says will and testament after death, they have still no right to. You guys have to know. No matter what, those kids were not to be pulled. They had to take me to court, and you guys couldn't pull them from me, and you couldn't take them from them. Either way, this was a civil matter. I had the right to say no and make her go to court because she has nothing stating that I have demand for you to rip them out of the home right now. Was there anything she handed you that says I have a demand to rip them out of this home? That I have priority, a rule of law. Nobody is above a rule of law. Did she tell y'all go get them? I'm just saying. I want to know because they keep
I
saying
know.
over
I'm
and
just trying
over.
to keep her calm.
I get it. But they keep telling me over and over that this is voided because she died. But there's more to it because it says through death, my will and wishes, stamped and notarized, came in front of a notary, personally said it, showed an ID, it's legal now. But either way, those parents did not have authority to say, hey, Gooden, would y'all just come with me and force your way in and get these kids and take them and give them to me?
That was
I have a
That
right.
was the prosecutor's
She
decision.
had no right either because if
Well, you'll have to go to them because
So I think that we're just going around and around. So
We're
I
just
just,
spinning
I just
circles.
have to go. They told me to go to the person that took the kids and the supervisor over them and figure out how to get them back into my
So I
case.
think our first step is that we have to talk to our prosecutor and we have to call some higher ups in DFS
Mm-hmm.
to find out exactly. We can't override DFS.
I get that.
And DFS is way above us as far as the kids because
Yeah.
we have nothing to do with that.
DFS was never involved or called in.
That's what
from
I'm
the
saying is
beginning.
we will
It
call
should have
them.
been. There
Right.
should have been a
Because
case
if
number
they
when
are
you guys
saying
take the
that
kids
kids are
out.
gonna stay with you, then they can go remove those kids without us.
I
Yeah.
know.
They
They
remove
don't
kids
need
every
us.
day without us. So
I don't know. She
I-
said that there was some reason why they pulled them, and that the DFS said, and the juvenile office says, I don't want to get involved. You can ask Bobby there at the juvenile offices yourselves,
Well, you can
and
tell.
because they said
I've
this
talked to
was.
Bobby.
They said that this was not a legal step matter or how it was done. They don't want to get involved unless the court or my judge or my lawyer that is going to be doing this states and I get to pull them in as a witness that they did not authorize anything and with the cops, a juvenile officer is supposed to be or a DFS is supposed to be with them when they picked up these kids.
Yep, juveniles.
They can't just go and do it themselves off a word of a prosecutor that doesn't have rights to get in a civil matter anyway.
okay.
Well, unfortunately, that's what happened, and there's nothing we can do right now.
No,
I
Well,
tried
the
though,
mayor-
Gooden. I told y'all in your face, I don't want to be mean. Please listen to these things. And you guys just tell me, why do you tell me to my face, I don't care, give them to me or I'll arrest you.
Oh,
And came into my home when I said, you have no paperwork, you have no warrant, don't come in. You just stepped into my home. Well, not you. You didn't step into my home.
You were actually smart.
You were actually smart about
No
that.
offense, but you were
Gooden
smart.
stepped in my home and pulled the kid away from me out of my hands, which is all recorded.
We have ATT cameras for a lot of reasons in my house, in and out.
It was mostly Tammy. That's a whole different subject.
Yes.
But, you know,
but first of all, as far as I'm concerned, we need to do some checking, and then as far as I'm concerned, this conversation's over.
okay. But
Okay,
I do
but
have
I
a,
it's-
think that we just need to, we got somebody making phone calls.
I do have a second matter to discuss with you. That's not this.
Oh, okay.
You want me out?
No,
No, you can be
it's
in it.
fine. I didn't know. If I have mine, you can have your. It's fine. Were you aware during the time Tammy Johnson was working here that Gooden, the Shane, come to me because I came to him because I had a sex offender in this town that has raped and molested my kids for over 2 hours while they were watching them. They were 4 and 8 years old. Okay, I found out from the prosecutor Tim that the old prosecutor Dawn and Tammy squandered my rape case. They did not submit anything to Marshall. They did not give me a case number or anything, which Melvin Tabor was involved. That was supposed to be filed through the court as my right also to have on disabled children that I have that were molested. I was lied to the whole time. Yet a judge again that I went to said that Sweet Springs never filed it like they told me they did.
And the prosecutor attorney in Marshall.
Now
knows.
I'm like you. I just found this out.
But I'm not aware of this stuff.
I
have no
know
idea what
it's
you're
a
talking
mess,
about.
a mess on top of a mess.
You're gonna have to get it with Tabor and him or whatever.
We are, but I'm just
I
informing
don't know
you
about
because
this.
you're over this department.
Because she hasn't Tammy never did make a report on such an item. like
Exactly, and I
I
need to
didn't-
know why
I'm
this
not aware.
department keeps doing the
this.
same
Well,
stuff
you
to
can't blame the
me.
department. It ain't the whole department.
No, I'm
It's
saying
some of
the
the
cops.
individuals in the
When I
department.
come in and make a report, the cops were not them, but the cops hid
time.
stuff,
Yeah.
didn't file things.
Just like me, I'm part of the department, but I'm not aware. I didn't know this was going
But-
on.
And now,
Tim-
what about his hit and run that was also filed? And I found out from the lawyers and all have found out that they didn't file his hit and run either. So apparently somebody can hit him and run, and they don't have to pull through. But I'm informing you because I probably figured that if things weren't filed, that you are not being aware of what your
You're
cops.
exactly right.
More than one cop, more than one situation that are different sets of cops are not doing for us. The same people.
Then-
Which is discriminatory to me because why is it that if somebody can get hit or whatever, they get filed, but ours literally have been hidden or not filed, which is against our rights as being saying, my kids were raped. I want him prosecuted. I went to the judge, got a restraining order because I had some of my proof.
They don't even have
The case was dropped.
restraining order on file. It magically disappeared.
Yep.
Luckily, we have files in our home
Yes.
of records explaining the old restraining order and giving it
So,
to the judge.
Dawn-
And the judge was shocked.
The
that we
prosecutor-
have a case number from the
The
past.
prosecutor, Tim, sat with me and said that Tammy never pulled through with that case. She squandered it, lost my kids as evidence. I have to call now the scan unit and Child Safe in Sedalia and scan unit in Kansas City to hopefully find my tapes and stuff that the pain that my kids had to go through to be tested and stuff from this 20-something-year-old man that did this to my kids that I trusted.
At the time, now he's 40-something years old.
Well, now he's over, but
He's still
and yeah, because I recently just went in. This is how I found out
Who
that
is it?
Tammy squandered it. Talmadge
Ryan
Ingalls.
Hall came up to your son, Gooden, told him to arrest him.
Yeah,
or to
because
get
he
him
was-
locked up
he
because
come
he
on
was
our
going to use
property.
legal matters to take him out because the investigation was not done properly.
My kid's father had a gun to this guy, and they told him, don't shoot him. That's what Shane said, because he was on our property talking to my daughter again. And recently I had to go in, and it ain't expired until February of this coming year. But he said he didn't even know there was a past case because it was never filed.
No.
I don't have a case number. I never got a right to prosecute because Tammy and everybody, between Dawn and the new prosecutor, or the old prosecutor, they said that it's apparently a relative of Tammy's and whatever, and her son's daughter, I know you know Lacrissa, her daughter's has a baby with this man. So they squashed my case. Marshall says they cannot find anything that I was given of the right of I wanted to prosecute to throw this guy in jail.
Oh, the only thing they can find is 2 emails
Mm-hmm.
between Tammy, the old chief of police, and the prosecutor attorney.
Again, you can call the prosecutor, Marshall, and he could tell you that he said and stated that you, to our lawyer, that you all were giving a thing recently to go and reinvestigate this case for me.
It was the court when I went in
Yeah.
for the.
I have a witness.
that
My
I got
lawyer can
arrest-
call and tell
wrongful
you.
arrest
I
on-
haven't heard anything about it, but that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Shane has himself in a world of mess because he's done stuff that ain't proper channels, even with this arrest with him. I'm going to admit he did do a little mess
I was an
ups.
ass, yes, but there's no law being an ass.
He did mess ups of not getting the right helmet, but we did get told and we have the proof and blah, blah, blah.
Well-
We got to go through court of that. But he did an unlawful arrest as well.
Right now, we need you to stop.
I
It's
have
a
to
lot.
come to you. This
Right
is
now,
why
and we
everything's
need to stop and give us an opportunity to do some checking.
on all of it, please.
Well, I would like as much as we
Yeah.
Got a lot
The
of.
main thing I'm worried
Yes.
about is get the situation with maybe the kids or something like
Who
that.
was
Yeah.
the man?
That's main important.
Who's the man you said that you reported doing this to the girls?
Talmadge Ingalls,
Oh, name don't even ring a bell. I don't think I'm.
which I had to call the food pantry place because I didn't want. I was up there and he was there with doing food pantry
With
and
Emily.
stuff with Emily, and I had to go through channels of that to tell them to get rid of them because my kids are up there. There's every kid up
She
there.
refused to listen to us,
But they
we had to
tell
go
me,
for John's.
well, there's nothing we can do because he has no charges of child rape. But that's because the police department didn't fill their job through it.
Well, and she's right.
Yeah.
If there's no charges. then,
That's what I'm saying, but I had no right of getting them charges because nothing was ever
Well,
filed.
that's
I
your
was
side.
lied to.
That's your side. I want to hear both sides. You know.
You can.
Oh, you know.
You can.
Well, and Shane's been going through old stuff over there, so he
Yeah.
might find something.
You know.
You
Now, he's been
can.
going through trying to find all sorts of
But
stuff.
you
He's
could
been
call.
going through a
You,
lot.
but the point is, it's supposed to go to Marshall because there was no evidence room really. You didn't have a refrigerator and all that at the time, and blah blah blah. I already went through all the channels to find out.
We had a refrigerator. We was not locked in a separate.
That's what I'm saying. So, the point being is, I have not pressed any of this because I keep coming to ask, please help, but I get called crazy, or I get called that I'm being a bee, or that I'm starting negativity. But if it was your kids raped, or your kids pulled through, or any of this that's been going on, I've been allowing to be nice to try to get something and heard, and now I'm just completely done and need. The kids is what pushed it. Now doing whatever to me, I overlooked. But now that you've got the kids involved, I already had the mess of hearing recently about my kids, and now these kids, we've got a big problem. And I just found out myself that this department lied to me about my kids of filing anything.
And I don't know.
And now all these departments are being aware and proven. And you guys can call and check yourself. That's fine. I understand. I needed to too. Because I didn't know that I'm blindsided by cops that are supposed to have an oath to tell me what's right and wrong. And lied to my face. Saying that all this thing of, oh, we went to the marshal and we filed this and this and this. You can call Tim yourself. He has no clue like you. He had no clue about the hit and run being covered. No clue about my rape being covered. And now we've got children pulled from me. I mean, that's right there. I can just, internal affairs. I'm being nice. I have nothing else to say except please bring these kids back to me and let's do the proper channels of keeping them safe. I have more than enough proof. I don't know what else to tell you. And I'm sorry this is happening. And maybe y'all were mistold or whatever, which I can understand too is not your fault. But I want to work it to get this case filed, to get that man behind bars that I was supposed to have 10 years ago.
And you said he's in town?
Yes. I have video proof. I got my new warrant protection because he was in my backyard. Coming through Andy Pryor's house, messing with me. And, well, the kid. You know? Which is sickening. That nobody has even cared that these 4-year-old and an 8-year-old was raped. A lot of things were done to them. And this was a ha ha ha, let's just throw it away.
I can't, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, Shane wouldn't do that, but,
I know he didn't.
Central, Concordia Med 2.
This is why I'm surprised because I came to Shane and said, hey, I just found out that your department hid stuff. He came to me and says, yes, they did. It was, hidden. I give him a little respect because he told me the truth that he found out he said he had to go through a lot of Tammy's stuff. But Tammy
He's still going
knew,
through
Melvin Tabor knew. I came to them every day about my kids being raped. Nobody cared. They laughed in my face. And this is why the way I am. See, nobody knows. They just hear all this gossip in town, but nobody knows what I've been through about this town. Especially with the long drag of Tammy. He was hit. If anybody, and the guy came back and admitted, and we have proof, the witness next door saw it even.
Across the street.
There are statements that were hidden. Supposedly, Shane came to me and said he found them in a different file that wasn't ours. That was the reason so it could just lag along, right? Okay. If anybody admitted to a hit and run, I don't care what age they are or whatever, he had the right to file, which he did, and there's reports, so look them up.
He
that
should have
say-
been arrested to the proper
And
channel.
he was also hospitalized right that day because of the fact they had him hospitalized. They told him to come back in because he had blood in his liver and spleen.
Which could have died in 24 hours.
Okay.
If you all want, we can release records to prove all that because nobody even asked.
I already did.
Tammy, I know, but nobody asked us. Tammy just told the cops, and they did like you did. They sat there and said, Tammy told us to back up. Don't know why, but they told us to, so we have to listen. No, you don't. If there is something being that's not supposed to be, I think you should be like that Ryan Kopp, which you should get back on your team because he was right to stand up and say, this person is doing wrong. He spoke out that Tammy was doing wrong. You guys are, and I'm speaking out that things are being done wrong, and you're hiding them, but giving everybody else that's done wrong the thumbs up. I'm not you. I'm just saying.
Which eventually will get caught up.
It's hard to
bring the
believe
town
for all
down.
these years.
We want to bring the town up and
I
support
get
the
that.
town, but we can't support the town or each other if we're going against each other or fight, or doing things bad. We should work together.
I've lived here my whole life. I've tried, but I'm saying it's hard to believe that after 10 years of me being duped, and then I've had this situation where he's been trying to tell y'all, hey, get this done. And then I've been saying, hey, listen, I have proof, blah, blah, blah. Can we take a minute before you snatch these kids? Let's talk. I don't believe this. Are you sure? I said it 3 times. Are you sure this is the right process? What was I told? Yes, I can do what I want. Give me the kids or I'm arresting you. Blah, 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 blah.
I did too. I said, are you sure you're doing the
Now,
right
he
thing,
was
Goody?
smart. He didn't really bother on 2 of these things.
And he just laughed at me.
And I told him to his face, I will not, and respectfully, I will not involve you. I won't. Because he respectfully on both things that were
we
violated
will
on.
not involve you. I do agree on that part. But we do ask you, you do have a right to tell the higher ups the right and wrong of what your son did. I know he's your son, but you do have a right to report
I don't
him.
even want to get to that.